Kings chapter 2, verse 3. Watch this. Then the sons of the prophets who were at Bethel came out to Elisha and said to him, do you not know that the Lord will take away your master from over you? And he said, yes, I know, be still. And that word be still is the Hebrew word shut up.
Yeah.
Kato, shut up. I know my master is about to sin, but shut up.
Yeah.
Be quiet. Now, why do you think the sons of the prophets at Bethel did not follow Elijah, even though they knew that Elijah was about to be ascended into heaven?
I think they might not have. I think what I would think from it is they might not have understood it in the same way that Elisha did, because that's why he said, "Yes, I know. Shut up." Like, what is it to you, or why? What is the point of you bringing it up? If God is going to do something, then God is going to do it. It's not for me to try to stand away from it or try to lament or be sad or let it change what my prophetic direction is in this season. It's just for me to continue to serve until God does what he wants to do.
Yes, and what I noticed in Deacon Antonio is that these prophets were in Bethel. They were in the house of God, and they were trying to discourage the protege Elisha from continuing on with Elijah. And so you got to watch out for certain prophets that you are connected to in the house of God who is trying to stop you from advancing and being promoted to go to higher places because they're unwilling to go to higher places. These prophets knew that Elijah was about to be taken up, but guess what? They did not follow Elijah closely. They followed him afar off. They had a knowledge, they was aware of what God was about to do with him or do for him, but they was not willing to minister close to him. And you got to watch out for certain prophets who are not ministering close to leadership, who is trying to deviate you from truly following leadership.
Okay.
Because we see that happen all the time.
Yeah.
We see prophets who are distant. They have no type of closeness to leadership, but they always will try to discourage you from following leadership. But you got to be like Elisha. You got to be like Elijah. You got to tell them, be quiet, shut up. I know who has my call. I know who has my destiny intact. I must continue to follow on. And is it a hard thing for that prophet to be undistracted when he sees other prophets doing what they want to do, and yet he feels like a flunky following someone?
Yeah, I think if you have that perspective about it, of like you feel like a flunky, or you feel like you're following behind somebody and other people seem like they may be advancing, or they might be whispering stuff to you that seem like, well, why are you doing that? What are you getting from it? He about to go and do this anyway. Then you're not on a flyer with him. He on a flyer by himself. They saying stuff like that to try to discourage you from continuing to serve, and God will elevate you in due time. And I think it can be difficult for a prophet if they're not really girded up in prayer, if they're not really focused on what God is saying to them, because God will always tell them the